You ready, Mom?
Get his coat.
What is it, extra right today?
Oh, there's Miss Prisco.
When I hear that people think that special needs is not available in the charter schools, I laugh at that. It couldn't be further from the truth. When my son first came to Excel, I was told by the people over at Boston Public that my son would never make it there, that it would be too hard for him and he wouldn't be able to handle it. And I was afraid it would be. I kind of let them get into my head a little bit. When TJ first started, he did have an IEP in place. An IEP is an individual education plan for your child who might need a little extra assistance in different things, whether it be math, English, social skills, whatever the case may be.
So if you're deciding between two different ones, then you have to go back here and pick out the words, right? If I'm talking about screaming, we have showing fear, pain, showing loss. Does that match being critical and judgmental?
The first time I went to Excel and they looked at his IEP and they're like, yeah, this isn't right. She had it on the wall and she went through line by line by line. It took about an hour and a half just to get through. It was so intense and it was so thorough. And he excelled. He excelled from that moment.
If I'm gonna feel sad for the tree, is my purpose only to inform? Is he just trying to tell us that the trees were cut down?
Inform and to persuade.
Awesome. Okay.
So when TJ transitioned from Boston Public to the Excel Academy, it was definitely challenging. The teachers were more in tune with the kids. Things that you would get away with in a public school, you're not going to get away with here.
We're going to check materials quickly and then get to organizing. Could you please say your writing utensils ready to go? Hold them up, please. Awesome, thank you.
There's a lot of challenges when it comes to the schoolwork portion of it because, it's a lot of hard work. But after meeting them and after seeing what they said that they would do, and then by the end of the year actually succeeding in what they said they were going to do, I was pretty much sold.
Ellas comenzaron ahí desde pequeña y ellas asisten a la escuela Lawrence Family Development Charter School. Por ejemplo, mira, Anabel nació aquí y nació de padre hispano y no sabía nada de inglés. Increíble, Anabel leyendo a los 4 años de edad, en K1 leyendo en inglés y en español. Ella no sabía inglés y hablan un inglés perfecto. Tienen una capacidad de comunicarse en inglés bien. ¿Por qué? Porque la Charo se dedica a eso, a enseñar. La Charo tiene un sistema buenísimo. Entonces, es por eso, porque ellos tienen muchos programas. En el inglés es el primero. Entonces, después vienen las otras matemáticas, ciencia, educación física, música, etc. Pero el inglés es lo principal. Dan clases los sábados. Nosotros nos sentimos como padres orgullosos porque las niñas de nosotros han subido de categoría, van subiendo, step por step, como dicen, escalón por escalón.
Pero yo pienso que sin la Charter School quizás no llegaran a ese nivel, porque ellos se preocupan mucho para que el niño avance, siempre están ahí. Entonces yo les digo, valoren, tienen que valorar esa oportunidad que la Charter ofrece.
Ya ellos me dijeron que ellas van a estudiar, que ellas van para el college, porque ellas quieren ser profesionales, doctora, ingeniera, etc. O sea que estoy seguro de que eso va a suceder. Y gracias a la Charter también.
Miles is a great kid, and one of the things that's great about him is he's like a social justice warrior at, the age of 10. If anything wrong is going on, if he feels like he's being wronged, his classmate has been wronged, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it right now and get this handled. And that doesn't always work well in the school environment. So one of the things that happened with Miles is that he would get in trouble sometimes. Me as a mother of a black son, you're always kind of on the lookout for what might be going on with them in terms of discipline, because the way that black males are treated so differently in our society and our culture. So I think I'm a little bit hyper vigilant about those kinds of disciplinary issues when it comes to him, because they can get caught up in so many other things besides the right thing. And that's what you want to avoid with young boys of color, just making sure that their focus is on school and is on those things that will help them build successful lives. And you can never start that too early, not with anybody. When I hear people say things about charter school discipline, kicking the kids out of the school and all of that, my experience has always been them doing whatever they can do to keep him in the classroom and not missing out on learning time, because they understand how critical that is. We'd had lots of conversations with him about that at home in terms of just speaking out in class at inappropriate times. They always believe at Neighborhood House of having the children participate in meetings as much as possible. During the course of our conversation, the teachers suggested, one of the things we could do is give Miles a little notebook, and he could just write down when he has a question, an issue, a concern, and we can check in with him a couple of times during the day just to see how things are going and if he has anything that he wants to say. And that worked really well for him. It was great. Everything was geared towards making sure Miles understood that the behavior that he was engaging in was the problem. He wasn't a problem. Yes. I've never heard of a school that would say, we'll give your kid a little notebook and let him write this down and we'll check in with him. Nobody has time for that these days. So the fact that they both proposed the creative solution and then made it last for him so that he could continue to get as much out of the day that he could get is amazing to me.
My daughter, Kaylin, she is 10 years old. She is in the 4th grade at Bridge Boston Charter School. She practices the piano and the violin. At school, they have a orchestra program. There's this belief out there that charter schools get the cream of the crop, whatever that is. But the way in which Bridge Boston recruits, basically what they're saying is that we recruit from anywhere, and we believe that any child from any environment can be educated. They tend to go into homeless shelters to recruit children. They recruit to DCF, to foster kids. So it's intentional. Any child from any environment has a right to a quality education. And it's not about recruiting cream of the crop, but it's about recruiting children no matter what their social status is or their family's status is, that we just want to educate children no matter what. We have so many diverse populations that are within the school system that it's really important that that is represented.
I'm sure there are children out there who needs a school like Bridge Boston, but because there's a cap, they can't get access to that. Kaylin really loves Bridge Boston. If the cap was to be lifted, then it would give other children an opportunity to experience what she's experiencing.